Win a floor ticket to see Dead & Co.
What?
Dude, Dead & Co. Vegas. Opening night, The Sphere, 5/16/24, GA on the floor.
You're speaking in another language.
Dude, we're gonna ride the rail.
The train?
No. John, Jeff, O'Teal, Bob.
They're coming?
Dude, look. Bob Weir, John Mayer,
J-May?
O'Teal.
I love J-May.
Well, you're gonna be right up on him.
How do I win?
Like, subscribe, follow. Every engagement gets you one chance closer to winning the ticket.
Where can I find rules?
HippieNotHippiePod.com.
Hell yeah. I'll see you there, 5/16/24. I'm Zach Moss.
And I'm AJ Finney.
And this is
Hippie?
Not Hippie.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 69 of Hippie Not Hippie.
67.
60. Oh, God damn it. I just said 69. That's funny. All right, here we go.
He's eager for the 69.
I'm eager for the 69. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 67 of Hippie Not Hippie.
Yeah.
Today, joining us, it's us.
Yeah, a hostful.
It's been a long time since we just sat down and shot the shit.
Yeah, you just got back from
San Luis Obispo.
Who the fuck named that? I mean, Luis
like-
Obispo is a saint, I'm guessing, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm assuming so. It's like, because I used to say San Luis Obispo. That's how I would say it.
San Luis.
It's San Luis. And this lady got really upset with me the first night. She was like, so you know it's San Luis. And I was like, what? She goes, it's like St. Louis, but then Obispo. And I was like, so St. Louis Obispo? And she goes, no. And the whole time I was just continuing to slowly irritate her.
Well, yeah, because the San implies Spanish.
Right.
But I love it where it's like, no, he spoke English.
Right.
And was Louis. But people that spoke Spanish were a big fan of Louis.
And then they just went, Obispo?
San Luis Obispo?
San Luis Obispo?
Obispo? That must be his
Obispo?
last name, right?
Obispo. I don't know.
Or is that two saints? Is they like, oh, you know, Louis and Obispo, we're going to do it. We're going to cram them together.
We're going to cram them together. Maybe. I will say, beautiful. I mean, it's that place used to be a hidden gem, apparently. And then there was a news article written that San Luis Obispo is the greatest place in California to live, and then just fucking...
Oh, yeah. Kind of like what happened here.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
I love it. These papers will be like, these are the greatest places to live in America. And then 5 years later, they're like, these places aren't the greatest places to live anymore.
It's overpopulated.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
But it is almost perfect. Like, you're kind of surrounded by the mountains, and you're not that far from the water, and you're 3 hours from L.A. or San Francisco. So you can get to either major city very quickly if you have to.
So it's in between L.A. and San Francisco.
Yeah, right off the 101.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you got to do the Best of Fest show,
Best
right?
of Fest, buddy. Yeah, I was one of 7 that got to go to the big Performing Arts Center.
How many people were on the fest? 8?
40.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, 40.
That rules, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you said like 1,200 people or something?
Yeah, it was between 12 and 1,400. I can't, everyone was saying different stuff, but was sold out.
Kept losing track when you're counting.
Yeah, the guy with the clicker was high as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a picture recently they sent out, and it's wild because you can see, they took a picture of all the performers, and then you see all the people in the back, and it is, I mean, dude, it's just unbelievable. And to do something that big, it's the second time I've done it because I did Santa Rosa. And when there's 12...
Santa Rosa outside of San Francisco?
Yeah, I did the Performing Arts Center there. It's where Carlin filmed his last special.
Fest or whatever?
No, it was the San Francisco International Comedy Comp.
Oh, yeah, the competition. Is that still happening?
Yeah. Both of those, San Francisco and Seattle, are both still good. San Francisco, really, I mean, it's whatever, but that getting to do that theater is the big prize. It's so great because everyone goes to that because it's the best of the first 2 weeks. But your timing is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you have to just slow down And because the laugh roll they talk about is really wild. Like with that many people, you hit a punchline and it goes to the back of the room and then it comes back. And if you've already started something, it'll get stepped on. It's really wild.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've even noticed that at like sold out South Club, you know, with like 550 or whatever.
Yeah,
You know, it's not probably quite the same, but yeah, no, it's definitely. I imagine even it's pretty crazy.
It's weird. It feels great, but at the same time, in my head, I was going, "Oh man, if I sped up, I could crush. I'd just murder these fucking people." But at the same point, I was like, "Oh no, this just shows that you have control of the 1,400 people right now."
Yeah.
So it was super fast.
Sit in the pocket.
Yeah, but it's super good, man. I'd highly recommend you. I'd recommend anybody doing it. It's just a fun festival. Like you do have to get yourself there. You do have to, pay to enter.
I might apply. AJ doesn't recommend it to everybody else.
But yeah. Right. But once you're there, man, especially if someone else you know is there,
all
you
the
can
comics
room
listen
up.
to the show. Don't you dare.
Yeah.
I'm next year. You can do the year after. No.
Yeah.
All right.
But
that would be funny if if you just like made a pact with a bunch of comics where it's like, all right, we know how many people this festival's taken. Fucking this many people submit.
It's only 40 people submit.
Spot
Everyone
tracker.
talks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's fun. Good food. Found a restaurant called Finney's, which was great. And then I stumbled upon the night that I had my last sets and they made the announcement, I found a Finney's some sort of I have to look it up. But I found a hat sitting on a dumpster, which is, I mean, I admit, kind of gross. But Alex Hooper and I were roommates, and we were walking around, and God, where the fuck is this thing? I looked to the left, and I was like, well, I got to take that hat, right? And he goes, you
can wash a hat.
Yeah. He goes, it looks...
Lice is a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean... You didn't like take it and put it right on your head, right? Like you.
No, and dude, it's fairly clean.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like either someone bought it, set it down, and forgot it, or that was someone's uniform and they quit.
Yeah, they were like, well, and it looks like a fresh enough hat where they were like, you know what? Fucking Finney's isn't for me, god damn it. They walked on their first day. They were like, fuck this place.
Yeah. But it was cool. Like, I was walking by, and we were going to go a different direction. I was like, let's cut up here. And we cut up, and I looked over, and I was like, Alex. And he goes, yeah, that's weird. And I was like, I have to take it, right? And he goes, yeah, you should. He goes, it looks clean enough. He goes, it is on top of trash. But it was on top of, you know how trash cans have, like, a top, and then you put the trash
As someone who's
inside
eaten out of the trash, I definitely understand how there's different levels of in the trash.
It was outside. It was within the perimeter of the trash.
Yeah, it wasn't like in a sludge pile of grease. And, and cum, it wasn't in the dumpster that we walked by when we were filming our promo video.
God, the salad. Remember the salad all over?
Dude, so much salad. I did not wear the right. So AJ and I, you'll see it. You probably saw it at the beginning of the episode. We filmed the promo for, we're giving away a GA seat to Dead & Co.
at the Sphere. Dude, and it's opening night.
5/16/24.
5/16/24. How many times did we...
on the floor.
On the floor. How many times did we have to say that?
A lot. But yeah, I'm in Crocs that are basically worn through on the bottom. There's a small hole in one of those Crocs where I'm like, that's a street wetness, I feel.
We went down those alleys a couple of times, and once the salad was there, I remember you going, yeah, the artwork's good, but if I step on something, I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah. Well, my favorite part, too, is there was this... the
guy?
This homeless guy who had, like, his, like, house was there, and we were filming in front of his house, essentially, but he was cool. Yeah. And, like, it took us a lot of takes, and, like, there was one take...
He never bothered us.
No, and there was, like, one take that we fucking... nailed, and we both look at each other like, I think we got it, and he goes, you got it, boys.
Yeah, that was my favorite. And we both looked at each other like, what? Yeah. Like, it would have been real weird had we not noticed him on one of the walks before. We're like, is the dumpster just yelling at us?
Well, what was also kind of strange to me is that for a 48-hour film festival project years ago that, gosh, what was the name of the group that it was, Cody, Robert.
Oh, because you played the wild homeless guy, right?
Yeah, I played like a crazy... I was like, I chased him out of that alley and was like, I shit here because there's a huge pile of human shit there, too. Yeah. And then I was like, oh my God, that guy's right where it was. That's a role that I tend to get cast in a lot. Is crazy street man.
Yeah. But the guy was so, God, what was it he asked? He goes, I think you guys got it. And we were like, okay. Yeah. And he goes, he asked if we had done something with our voices. And then he goes, sounds real good.
Yeah, I think we were, doing our voices.
Yeah. And he was so he was just so like encouraging the whole time. Never once asked for money or help. I thought it was going to happen when he was like, hey, and I was like, here it goes. And he goes, what time is it? And then I gave him a couple bucks just just for the hell of it.
I'm not going to lie. If I was him, I would have asked us for money right away.
Right.
Like when I was like playing on the street and living on the street, like, if you came and like took a picture and like tourists would try and do that. They'd like come up and take a picture of us and like, there's like always like somebody savage that would like run them down and be like, yo, you need to give us money for that photo or you need to delete that photo.
Because that guy could have gone.
Yeah, I'd have been like, it's cool if you guys do this in front of my house, but $5.
Yeah,
I don't want to listen to this fucking commercial 50 times while you guys run it. So,
oh, you're not gonna pay me? Do you want my voice in your shoot? Because it's gonna be. It looks like I'm getting ready to warm up. La 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 la.
Like, follow, subscribe, any social media platform that you do it on: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads.
Yeah.
TikTok, YouTube. I think that's all the ones we do.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
But what we're going to do is like every one of those that you like, basically I'm going to go to YouTube. Like there's apps that will randomly pull names out of your followers and likes and comments and stuff. So I'm going to have it pull a name for every single platform that we have. All those names are going to go into another random generator. So, each platform that you sign up for is another raffle ticket essentially for the...
But in theory, if you're signed up and interacting in every platform, you could potentially have your name pulled multiple times.
Yeah, especially if it's on, one of ours that's not... Like, I don't know how good our Threads is. Or
There's one follower. He's like, I'm on.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of ways to win. God,
that's gonna be fun.
And we're going.
And I mean, that's the other thing, that the ticket is on the floor, so you're in the pit.
Ride the rail,
baby.
Who needs a miracle?
Yeah.
So we're excited about the giveaway. And,
did you see?
We're excited to go. Like, the sphere looks fucking so cool.
Did you see the images from the dead thread that I sent you this morning?
Oh, man, I did not.
Let me just... Oh, maybe I sent it on Insta. Dude, I don't know what it was. Somebody took pictures from last night, and... God, where the fuck...
Did they do a teaser at U2 or something?
It was something. Like, they just did the whole sphere was completely psychedeliced out.
I fucking hate. I hate you too.
Yeah, dude. Look at this. So these were the.
Oh wow!
Right.
Yeah, dude.
And then the one that looks like the moon is crazy.
Yeah, the spheres. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean, the ideas I have are. I can't imagine being able to see a bad show there, because even if the music's bad, you look around and you're just completely immersed in this world.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking there might be moments like that for me. I am like
the point where you're not saying, "Hey, man, we're not in yet. Hold it together."
So the only tickets we could buy were on the floor. So AJ and I have floor seats right now, but they are almost $500 tickets.
They are,
which is by far would be the most money that I've ever spent on a show. The other thing that's interesting is you cannot sell these tickets until 3 days before the show. So I'm not going to lie. AJ and I are old men, and we're
thinking about going up.
The conversation we had about this is like, yeah, it looks like there's going to be a lot of stuff to look at.
We can just sit down.
Where do you like to sit at the movies? I like to sit in the very back row, I said.
Yeah. It also helps. If you're in the back row, you can feel the back, and that helps with any type of paranoia that might creep on you.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Not having anybody behind me this time might make me more relaxed.
Yeah.
If you're on
the floor, there's people everywhere.
Yeah, because I'm like thinking maybe I should bring like an emergency pair of pants.
At least socks.
In case somebody horks on me again.
Dude, yeah.
Because dude, Vegas dead show has got to be fucking a whole nother level of people out of their fucking minds.
Yeah, I genuinely feel like this is going to be an all-nighter.
Yeah, like in Colorado too, it's like we can handle our shit. A lot of us are experienced trippers and et cetera. I feel like this Vegas show is going to be like
rowdy.
Yeah, and there's going to be some people that don't know how to handle the sphere.
Also, just the idea of not being able to handle the sphere.
They're going to be a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, this ball is in your court.
But so we're thinking about trying to sell our GA tickets and sit in the back. It would also be about like $600 cheaper.
Yeah, yeah. I also I'm slightly concerned about people falling from the chairs towards the floor. It seems I've not been there, but I've seen pictures, and it does appear to be very steep. So, if anyone's been there, I'd love to know like what your opinion was. But and I think in April next month when Fish plays, I think that'll be a good tester for how like just heady people are going to handle those steep seats. No, I am glad. Like, part of me wondered if there's some sort of like jam thing where they're like, all right, before we bring in the dead, let's let Fish have 4 days and see. Yeah, their fans are more limber.
Yeah, I like with the Fish. They're like, let's do a test run with Fish. We'll give them 4 days and see if the sphere is still standing.
Yeah, and Dead & Co's doing what, like an 18-day residency or something?
Yeah. U2 was there for like 6 months, though, I feel like. So, man, what a waste of the sphere, huh?
God, fuck it. I just like the idea of, I don't know how the lyrics go, but just being up there and getting kind of, and them playing that song that's like, Vertigo.
There's talk of Paul McCartney doing that.
Vertigo?
The Sphere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, out of all the concerts I saw, which ones I would like to see there.
Pink Floyd. I mean, Floyd would be pretty wild.
I don't care for Pink Floyd that much.
No?
Like,
I just imagine if they're doing The Wall, and I've seen their laser light shows.
I like Wish You Were Here. There's some songs of theirs that I do really like, but there's like fucking growing up in South Dakota.
Oh, yeah.
Like every day they would play like the fucking, I swear, like on the way to work, they'd be like, well, and you're on your work today because you got to make some money.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate that song.
Yeah. I mean, I will say classic rock got burnt into me too growing up in Kansas City because that's what it was like. Pink Floyd.
We didn't
Led
have a
Zeppelin.
good the only good station really was that, and then like I don't know. In South Dakota, it was like you either listen to classic rock or you listen to like '90s fucking rap rock, fucking Incubus, Stained, and fucking Disturbed, and which I don't know. I was playing metal at the time, Tool and that kind of shit.
And I loved alt music. I mean, especially coming up. I mean, I was there around the first Lollapalooza and stuff like that. And we had an alternative station from Lawrence, like the Kansas KU station.
Yeah.
But then when that died, it was just right back to, like, I like Metallica. I don't have anything wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with the band. I saw them live once. It was great. My ears rang for 3 days. But there was a station that would do mandatory Metallica Mondays. And I would go, no. This is too much.
Well, and they play the same fucking, like, Get the Lead Out at, like, you know, every night.
Yeah.
You got to get the lead out. Like, fucking every Led Zeppelin song that I've heard a billion times, they just play the same. Like, to be those DJs, like, I wonder what the suicide rate's like with those guys.
Well, I can tell you because I was a DJ for a classic rock station for a couple of years.
How many killed themselves?
Dude.
But you're like, I could tell you. So 1 out of 10. No.
I really thought, like, when I got in there, I was like, oh, dude, we're going to fucking curate this. This is going to be our station. No, there's still a station manager going, this is the songs you have to play.
Yeah.
Like, so it was a lot of Journey.
Oh, God.
And fucking,
No.
Foreigner.
I wonder if, too, it's like you can pay for a song, and then the more you play it, the less you have to pay on it, maybe, or something is why they do that. Because with pop music, I understand. It's like you're trying to create an earworm. You're trying to get the song stuck in, and people, you know, want to hear the new song. You know, they want to listen to it on repeat, basically. Like, it's crazy. Like, a lot of stations you'll listen to for an hour, and they'll loop.
Yeah. But that's because there's there's a statistic that they're looking at.
Yeah.
And then they're looking at whatever their demographic is. So our demographic at 99.7 KY was a very specific.
The jelly.
Yeah. But it was.
Did you have so you were on air?
Yeah. 99.7 KY.
Yeah, you do have you do have a drive.
Coming up next, we've got a twofer from Pink Floyd. Yeah, we used to. It was early morning rock jock radio, but it was always.
So you were a morning zoo. Did you have a name?
No, it was just AJ.
The Finster.
No, it was just AJ.
Old Trash Hat Finney.
Old Trash Hat. Coming up now, we got one from Trash Hat. Motley Crue. We don't think you're going to like it, but he thinks you will.
Smoking in the boys' room.
All right, we're out. Yeah, God, who was the... God, it was a lot of that. I mean, it was whoever you can think of, like Journey. We'd play Bob Seger. And it was stuff that I thought of, and I was like, oh, I heard all this when I was growing up.
So I retired. I think I'm done singing Bob Seger.
No more Siegs?
Yeah. What
happened?
I realized is when I do you can't really do it.
You can't anymore?
I can do it, but it does something to my fucking ears.
Like on the inside?
Yeah.
Huh.
Where it's like my ears don't like when I make that sound. And they kind of hurt after.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I didn't really do it. But yeah, where he's like, you know.
Which song are we talking about?
Night Moves.
We're getting on the night moves. Okay.
Well, it's not in the chorus.
I don't need you to do it. I can see like you're like, fuck, I got to do it. I don't want you to hurt your ears.
No, man. Well, and it's just like it's a really powerful, you know, song. Like it's like I really like project, and it takes a lot out of me. Like if I was to sing that song every night, by the end of the week, I'd probably like kind of be losing my voice or whatever.
Yeah.
So I made a big pivot. You know, going from Bob Seger, growly Bob Seger, to
Chris Stapleton.
Come a little bit closer.
Neil Young. I fucking love Neil Young.
This night away.
Neil Young was one of those dudes that was like, man, this guy's great, and he doesn't even have to sing great.
No, I was working on a joke for a while about like Neil Young when he is like, it was like, I was doing an impression of him the first time he like walked into a records studio. And they're like, all right, what do you got for us, Neil? And he's like, well, this is what I got.
Yeah.
Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. And they had to be like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Neil, you don't have to do the kid's voice.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Megan's mom stayed with us for 3 days recently.
Yeah.
And she has hearing aids. And she has a hard time hearing the low register.
Oh, gotcha.
So
whenever you talk, you just go.
She
hey,
well,
Megan,
she was having trouble. She was having trouble hearing me, but then she could hear Megan, who's very quiet, and she's like, "Oh, I just can hear that better." And I was like, "Okay, Donna, I guess I'll just talk to you like Mickey Mouse then." And she's like, I hate to say this, but she's like, I can hear you so much better. Yeah. So
it's the low tone.
So the 3 days, after she'd be like, what? And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, I don't know. Do you want to go get some coffee, Donna?
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, can I do Mickey? Like, Disney can't come after us for that, right?
I'm
old Steamboat Mickey Mouse. I'm the old black and white 1800s Mickey. All right. But yeah.
I'm going to take a quick break. Mike, I'm sorry, dude. The matcha's running through me.
Yeah. Matcha coming at your crotcha. I read an article last night that I thought was kind of fun.
Okay.
So they've done this study where they've determined that if your ring finger is longer than your pointer finger,
yeah,
that you're much more likely to have like dark triad. Like you're much more likely to be a psychopath or a sociopath.
Oh, well, yeah. I think I just barely got it. Ring finger's just a little bit longer, buddy.
Yeah, so my pointers. So my pointers are just a little longer.
Oh, your pointers are longer. Yeah, my ring fingers are just a little longer. I mean, it's not much.
So maybe just a little psycho.
Yeah.
But, no, I thought it was just a fun thing because I was like, Armand? And then I misread it and I was like, oh, shit. Fuck. Because at first I was like, oh, if your pointer finger is longer than your ring finger, then you got it. But then I was like,
yeah.
But.
All right. Well, fucking old psycho Willie over here.
Sorry, man. I didn't know that yours were going to be. I was thinking you would probably not be, but.
We're going to have to chop these bad boys down.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, and then, dude, we got a really crazy comment on that.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
That's the cassettes. I thought I had them a little bit over the edge.
Oh, but then we moved the table.
It's the back.
All right.
There we go. Surprise. But yeah, we got this comment, and this is some crazy shit.
And this goes back to
that reel that we had about
eating the vial,
eating the empty vial. Yeah. So, Jammin' Jammer says, "Hell yeah, that liquid from about 2007 to 2013 was amazing. We had some guy who was like 20 years old who said he was in with the people who had crystal available to them. Apparently, he was one of the delivery people, and in order to get in the business and prove loyalty, he had to do a thumbprint of pure crystal.
Yeah, dude.
They had a cabin or a house where he'd stay that was close to where someone in the family stayed, so someone could periodically check on him and make sure he had anything that he needed and check if he was okay. After like 3 days, they would determine if he would be working for them or not. Basically, if you were able to handle it and discuss it, they'd decide if you were in or not. He delivered that super pure liquid all over the country. He said that he peed and shit himself and died and came back to life over those days.
Oh, dude, with that thumbprint.
Yeah. I thought it was so insane, but I did believe it. That shit was so pure and just a beautiful experience every time. I remember just having the time of my life at each festival and concert. Hell, we take it on any day that there was never a bad trip ever, man. Those are fun-ass times. Also was over 10 years ago. The memories are amazing. Anyone who's had those experiences with really good, super clean L knows things that most people will never know. See your experience. Man, those were fun-ass times.
Yeah.
But I was just like, dude, damn, a thumbprint, and then...
Well, so I don't know if I told you this story. I have a friend that did a 5-second thumbprint.
Yeah?
Like, so he pushed it on. They tried to get it out of him. like away, and he was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he pulled it off, and they were like, I'm not going to use his name, but he was like, dude, you're fucking why? And he's like, I don't know, just seeing. He blacked out.
Yeah.
And I wish the story was funnier. There's one part to me that's funny as someone who's done drugs, and you'll recognize it. But he blacked out. It was like he wrecked his sister's house. I mean, completely fucking wrecked it. And you can see where
he came to. It's like the Fear and Loathing Hotel.
No, dude. But yeah, for real. This is the part I find slightly amusing. And you'll understand it when you're in that fucking weird drug brain. You're freaking the fuck out. You're just trying to put the pieces back together. He pulled everything out of their refrigerator and everything out of their tool shed, and had filled the refrigerator with tools. And I was like, oh, dude, I could see where you were trying to put the puzzle pieces, but you had the wrong pieces for the wrong puzzle.
Oh, man.
But yeah, dude, he was out. He said he was fucking pretty spun out for a few days. And, but yeah, I've never done one of those thumbprints. I've never seen a crystal.
Yeah, so I think I might have told this story, but one time in San Francisco, I was just like out drinking and met these girls, and they were friends, and then I was hitting it off with one of them, and this other dude was hitting it off with the other one, and I don't know, we like closed the bars down together, and he's like, why don't we all just go back to my place? He's like, I got a guest room or whatever and a couch or whatever, you know, like we can all go back there and hang out. So we go back there and we get there, and he goes, oh, by the way, on this side of the kitchen, don't touch anything or you might be tripping.
Oh, no. He'd been cooking?
Well, he was mixing crystal down or whatever, and he's like, you know, we've been mixing crystal down, and yeah, he's like, you know, touch anything over on that side of the house at your
what a weird rule.
At your own risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay. And he's like, I think he had done it just the day before, and he's like, I just haven't had a time to like clean it and go over everything yet. So yeah, we ended up, and this guy had like the fucking Fear and Loathing. He's like, do you want any drugs? And it was like late at night, and I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, what do you got?
Yeah. Just opening the briefcase of every option.
But yeah, and then me and this gal ended up hooking up in his kid's room in a Mario Brothers bed.
Whoa. Jesus. So you got a Mario Brothers bed and then fucking half a kitchen loaded with LSD dust.
Well, yeah, and then I was like, man, you better clean this before your fucking kid comes, or the kid knows that side of the kitchen makes me see cartoons. Yeah. You know?
that side of the kitchen makes my bed move.
But yeah, that was a weird trip. That also, like, a memory of that trip that was really funny is earlier in that night, I was like walking back to James' house before I went out to that bar.
Yeah.
And we were walking down the street, and this girl was walking the other way, and she just grabbed me and kissed me, like, very passionately, and then just kept walking.
Wow.
And my buddy was like, holy shit, dude, that's awesome. And I was like, I bet she just sucked a dick. Like, in my head, I was like, there has to, like, what's going on here? Like I was like, I feel like, she's like, watch, I'm going to kiss a guy with a little bit of your cum still in my mouth or something. You know? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it was a good kiss. It was fine. And I was like, you know, it left me a little flustered. But yeah, my brain immediately went like, there's something very wrong about this.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So, wow. Good old San Francisco. I'll be there in a few weeks, man. I'm excited. Yeah. Headlining Savage Henry the 22nd and the 23rd. Then I'll be in Petaluma the 24th, and SF doing Mirthquake.
Nice.
With the boys.
Yeah.
With Andrew, Ben, and Jesse out there. So, yeah, I'll be around the area here at the end of the month if you're out there. Come say hi.
Yeah, well, San Fran boys.
Yeah. Always a good time in San Fran. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's still... Tech really tried to kill that city, but there's still a little bit of magic there.
Yeah, dude, I feel like that's happening everywhere. I mean, big tech's moving in almost anywhere where there's money and places to go.
So,
but yeah. Now, you read an article recently. I want to bring this up because the last time we were hanging out, you said something that struck me as odd, but we were walking when we were talking about what we were going to shoot, and then you just went, man, I don't know. I just read an article. I guess they came out with a study that said that marijuana is not good for you. And I was like, what? So I have to know what it was that made you turn. Because I know you didn't stop, because I went in to pee, and I was like, oh, it looks like you smoked this place up.
Yeah, I smoked. Well, I don't know. So apparently you're much more likely to have a stroke or a heart attack if you smoke weed.
Oh.
But I want to know more. Because it's like, yeah, you're like 25% more likely to have a heart attack or a stroke. And it's like,
Gotcha.
Okay, well, you're already 40%. You have a 40% chance. So, if you're doing that. But also the thing that they don't.
But I wonder if that's got to do with like junk food cravings and eating and stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing. They don't know if there's causation with it, like if it has to do with food, diet, or whatever. But they have noticed that like the more pot that you smoke, the more increase there is. And the worst part is even people that smoke like once a month still had like a 3% increase. So
what if you were smoking pot and then running?
I mean, I smoke pot and walk. I smoke pot and lift weights. I smoke pot and do yoga. So yeah.
But that would be my question, because typically when you think of, stereotypically, it's like potheads and laziness. And I go, okay, well, maybe there's a fitness increase that needs to be done. But
well, yeah, and they don't know if there's a correlation between the smoking too, because that wasn't part of the study, whether the cannabis was smoked or eaten.
Oh.
Which part of me thinks, okay, smoking, causes oxidative stress on your, lungs and blood vessels and, that causes inflammation, which is eventually what leads to all of us fucking biting the dust. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it was not what I wanted to read when I was smoking my morning joint.
Right. Well, and then when we got out, like you were just so bummed for a second, and just when it was just the way it came out. And there was no further explanation because we got distracted. And I was like, well, I'm just going to keep this in my back pocket and bring it up on the pod.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I did have the thought. I've been having the thought lately that, I've been smoking weed pretty regularly for a long time. Like 22 years. Yeah. 23. I'm almost 24, probably. But, yeah. So, and my access to it has been pretty unprecedented. Like,
yeah.
I've, had a lot of access. So, I don't know. I do kind of want to quit. And something I've been looking into, I don't know, any listeners, if you know of anything, I don't feel like I should just quit.
Right.
Because I feel like science should maybe study me a little.
You sure that ring finger's not long?
No, because how often do they get somebody that they know? I've taken 1 month off from smoking weed.
In the last 24 years.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I have missed, maybe a day here or there, like traveling.
Okay.
Or a few days here or there, traveling.
There should be some sort of study. What happens?
But yeah, I'm a rare case where I've smoked pot for 22 years. I started as a teen. They could see, how it's they could do like a baseline study on me now, and then if I quit, they could see if there's changes.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. Like now that marijuana has been rescheduled, or has it fully been rescheduled, or are they about to do it or something?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's been rescheduled, but there's going to be a lot more science on it and a lot more studies. And yeah, I don't know. Part of me is like, I'm an interesting case to study because I've consumed cannabis basically every day of my life for fucking 24 years.
Yeah.
So
that would be
heavily.
Yeah.
So
it would be, what a weird thing to think that there would be negative repercussions of quitting. But you do think of I imagine.
Well, I'm wondering if there's positives. I mean, I think it's just cool for them to see. They could also be like, you're you got a lot of muck in your brain, and that cleared out when you quit, or
just like stress levels. That's the big thing that I always wonder about. If you're used to smoking, maybe there's a relax factor that you're used to, and then is there a different way that you're going to handle stressors?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lie. A lot of times that I travel or I'm around family and stuff, and I can't, or I'm in a, there used to be a lot of states where I couldn't bring weed or was afraid to or whatever,
Yeah.
I definitely can get a little bitchy.
Yeah. Little crab apple.
Yeah, a little cranky Zach.
Well, don't you have and I think we talked about this before, but you have really wild dreams when you quit, right?
Yeah, that is another thing that I'm afraid of. I also would like to, I need to do a sleep study anyways, probably. So yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if I could donate. I also have free time during the day. Yeah.
I like how you're like, I'm wondering if I could donate. I'm pretty free.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if I could help out, with the science.
Yeah.
So, and I like that shit.
We have enough listeners.
Also,
maybe there's just one person that's like, I know a doctor.
Also, sometimes the science. Oh gosh, I just forgot what I was saying.
Well, I think the study is out. It can affect your memory.
No, it does. And I have a pretty, for smoking weed every day for 24 years, I think I have a pretty good memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious. Did you ever see Super High Me?
Yeah, but that was with Benson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he
quit
smoking for 30 days and took all these tests, and then he got high for 30 days.
Yeah.
And took all the same tests.
Yeah, I remember the show and I remember watching some of it, but it's been forever.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Do you remember what the positives or negatives were?
20 years ago. No, I don't remember at all. I just remember I was like, fuck yeah. I remember Doug being like, I like smoking weed a lot better than I don't. And man, the times that I have hung out with Doug, we've smoked a lot of fucking weed. Yeah. Holy shit. So I went to Riot Fest with him years ago. And we had all access backstage passes, but there was just a bus, like a camper.
Yeah.
That one of the dispensaries who sponsored the event had there, that if you went in there, with your all access pass or whatever.
Yeah.
They just had anything you wanted in there.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, you want dabs? They had fucking 30 kinds of wax. They had fucking all different kinds of joints. They had jars of weed and bongs. They had fucking just tons of edibles, all different strengths, different kinds, drinks and everything. And man, if we didn't spend half of every day in that camper. We would go watch a band, we'd go to the camper.
Yeah.
We'd go watch a band, we'd go to the camper. But yeah, Doug he doesn't fuck around, man. He smokes a lot of weed. But yeah, I don't know.
Weed
wonder
stuff.
if he's still smoking.
I think so. I haven't seen him in a while, but I don't think he quit.
Yeah, the last time I saw him, we smoked a joint after his fucking podcast, I think. So,
gotcha. Yeah, the last time I think
that was probably
saw
4 or 5 years ago. And then we went to PF Chang's.
God, I think it's been 2015 maybe since the last time I saw him. And I did Doug Loves Movies at one of the Alamo shows.
He doesn't do stand-up really anymore, I don't think.
No?
I think he just does the pod.
Wow.
Because he hasn't come through here to do a weekend and forever.
No, but he will. They do have him come in usually on April 20th or something like that and do.
Yeah, Sunday, Mother's Day for some reason. I feel like he performs here a lot.
Huh. Wow.
But
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, no, it fucking sucks. I don't know. I want to hear that weed's fucking best for me. It makes me have superpowers. That's what I want to hear.
They did. I haven't read this. I saw something that. I saw a study they released a month or so ago that said psychedelics can improve your sex life, but I'll have to come back to you on that.
Yeah,
they've had that.
Psychedelics they're probably going to be like, you know what, psychedelics are great for everything, but they do increase your heart rate. They do some things that probably come out in a few years. Where they're like, yeah, mushrooms you can fucking kill. I don't know. it's like you're 25% more likely to have a heart attack when it's like 60% of people die from a fucking heart attack. So like,
but a lot of that stuff increases your heart rate, like on the come up, and then your temperature rating, it gets all fucked up. You're cold, but you're sweating.
Yeah.
Your pupils are massively dilated.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna lie, as a hypochondriac who feels pains in his chest, when they've happened to me on acid, I've been like, maybe this is it.
Yeah, that's a hard one to turn around too.
Well, no, and then you have to immediately turn that one around because you're like, you can't go down that road. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad fucking time. Yeah. So
yeah, it's a rough one.
But
oh man, yeah. Yeah.
What else? Oh. Here's another fun thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
A study came out where they think... I read too much about studies.
Yeah, I'm like, what might calm your hypochondria down a little bit? Not reading so many science studies.
I'm a fan.
They're going to come out one day and go, they've come to realize that hypertension is lowered with people that don't read so many studies.
People's mental health that don't... people usually have better mental health that don't read the news. That's true.
Yeah. I feel like mine's been better since I've not been following a lot of the shit, or it's not been thrown in my face.
I'm pretty over my hypochondria. It just took me having to wear a heart monitor around for 4 days and hit a button every time I thought I was having a heart attack, and them to be like, nah, you're good, dude.
Yeah.
So now if I'm actually having a heart attack, I'll be like, I'm good.
Yeah. You just click a ballpoint pen, click, 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 click. Yeah, I'm fine.
So scientists think that ADHD, because they're like, why do so many people have it? They think that there's an evolutionary advantage for harvesting.
What, for harvesting?
Yeah. So like when we used to have to, forage. Forage for food. People with ADHD would just be like, oh, there's another berry patch in like, like how we talk, like we pick a few berries and then we go to another whole other bush,
So we would be foragers.
Yeah. So that they're saying is like the ability to like not over focus on it allowed them to actually harvest. Like they've done studies where people with ADHD and not with ADHD virtually are harvesting berries on a computer. And I'm just like, fucking science.
You know what it is, though? I bet.
Can you imagine if that was our fucking job? We're like, all right, we got to find a guy to make the blueberry picking game.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, it's like picking stuff at Amazon. It's dopamine.
Yeah.
So I guess with ADD, like you're picking stuff, and then you look over and you go, oh, another blueberry bush. And you go over there and start picking, and you're just getting rattled with dopamine.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, someone without it starts picking stuff and goes, oh, this is fucking boring.
Yeah. Well, no, and then I imagine everybody that's into it is competing against their times and their records.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how I get. I'm like, how fast can I do this? Like
how fast am I picking these berries?
When we used to test those machines, when my title was operations manager of software and hardware engineering.
Yeah.
I increased the test process a shitload because I was like, because you used to have to like navigate through these menus, and I was like, oh, you can program a remote to like 40 units at the same time, and then I built all these racks so that you could go through the testing procedures with one remote on 40 machines, whereas initially they were doing each one individually or whatever. And yeah, so it increased it like 20 times, and then they laid everybody off, and yeah.
Training machines.
Yeah, what I learned is that if you can help a corporation make money, don't.
Yeah.
If you can help a corporation do something faster, don't.
Yeah.
If you come up with an idea that could replace a person, do not tell anybody.
That's one of the tests that they put you through at Amazon.
Oh, yeah?
They go, essentially, it was a simple thing, but that's what they do. They go, okay, you have 5 people on a line, on an assembly line making sandwiches. How can you save money and time? And it's essentially like, oh, I can get one of these guys to do this guy's job, and we just boot this dude out. And they go, you got the mind for a manager.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, well, we can just have one guy make all the sandwiches and take the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll set a timer, so if he doesn't do it fast enough, something bad, something not really bad, but pretend bad happens, so that he has fear.
And that's the other thing is at some point you have that, you start to create that fear where you go, well, this is really bad. I'm bad. And, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for this week, though. Thursday, Colorado Springs. I'm filming my open bar special.
Fuck yeah.
That's going to be fun. And tonight, if you're in Denver and it's not sold out already, Ari invited me to do a storytelling show on Wednesday. So that should be fun.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
At the Downtown Club.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, it's Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I tried to think about it because I was like, oh, this is actually releasing the same day as that show. No,
that'll be sick. Yeah, shit. Other thing I'm pumped about.
Yeah, let's.
I got my vinyl.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, you can buy the LP Punchin' Jesus.
Are you selling those through like your website?
I'm going to set it up.
Okay.
But I figure I'll announce it on the podcast. There'll be a way to buy them, like if you need them shipped to you. But if you're in Denver and you want one, $25, send me your address. I'll fucking bring it to you. Or if we're going to see each other sometime, we can do that too. But I figured I don't have the fucking shipping and all that figured out yet. But
that's a whole other side of the business.
Yeah, I've done some research on it, but I don't.
Well, that's what I was watching when I was in California staying with Dave. I was watching him because he's cranking those hot sauces out.
Yeah.
And he's got a whole machine like label maker. It's a whole other business.
Oh, yeah. Now, pick up some hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Dave Yates. Word.
Yeah.
Shit, I think that's about...
yeah, we made it. We did it.
Yeah, we did it, dude. Cool.
Well, hope you guys are excited to come out to the Sphere. Hang out with us on the floor if we can't get those seats.
Yeah.
We'll be the two old guys going, my back.
Yeah, we'll be the two old guys as far back on the floor as possible, leaning against something.
Yeah. If you see us, don't go, hey, is your chest okay? Why would you do that?
Yeah, don't bring up heart attacks when I'm there because I'll probably be on something that will be making me think that I have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, and if you guys have if you've been to Vegas and you know where the Sphere is and you have recommendations of hotels for us to crash at, let us know.
Yeah, or I'll take any Sphere tips.
Yeah,
possible.
Yeah, if you've been, please let us know what your experience.
Man, spelling the word sphere lately, I'm like, what a weird word.
Yeah, it is.
It's like SP here.
Yeah, it's like sphere heads
here.
Here.
Yeah, it's a fun one. But yeah, thanks so much for listening. Like, subscribe, and get
on the motherfucking
boss. Oh my god, it works again.
It doesn't work for me. I gave it to you.
Oh, well, thank you.